They called him blind, but he saw what kings with their golden crowns could never see. This is the story of a man who proved that real vision doesn't come from the eyes, it comes from the heart. Long ago, in a mighty kingdom filled with grand palaces, shining markets, and bustling villages, there lived a man named Ravi. He had been blind since childhood. Some said it was a curse. Others whispered it was punishment from the gods. But Ravi himself never complained. Though his eyes could not see, his ears and heart became sharper than anyone else's. Every morning, he would make his way with his walking stick to the village marketplace. The path was familiar. The sound of the old well on the left, the rough cobblestones under his feet, the sweet smell of baked bread from the baker's shop, and the chatter of women selling vegetables. Though he couldn't see the colors or faces, Ravi felt life more deeply than most. The villagers, however, didn't see him that way. They saw only a poor blind beggar. Some dropped coins into his bowl out of pity. Others mocked him. Children sometimes laughed, saying, "What good is a man who cannot even see the sky?" Ravi only smiled and replied, "Perhaps one day you'll understand." What nobody knew was that Ravi noticed everything, not with sight, but with understanding. He could hear the nervous quiver in a merchant's voice and know the man was cheating someone. He could hear the silence in a child's laughter and know the child was hiding sadness. He could sense anger in heavy footsteps and kindness in soft ones. While others were blinded by appearances, Ravi saw the truth behind them. Meanwhile, in the palace, the king was troubled. He had gold, soldiers, and power, but his kingdom was restless. His advisors argued endlessly about wealth, borders, and taxes, yet none could explain why the people were unhappy. At night, the king lay awake, staring at the heavy golden crown beside him. What is the meaning of all this? He wondered. What does it truly mean to be a king? So he announced a challenge across the kingdom. "I seek the one who can see beyond appearances, who can show me truth. Whoever succeeds will become my royal advisor." The news spread like wildfire. Merchants, scholars, warriors, even priests prepared to prove their wisdom. The villagers laughed when Ravi decided to go. "You, a blind beggar! The king is looking for someone who can see, not someone who cannot." But Ravi only smiled and said, "Sometimes it is those without eyes who see the clearest." On the day of the challenge, the palace courtyard was filled with people. The golden gate stood tall, the marble floors gleamed, and the air buzzed with pride and arrogance. Scholars in long robes held scrolls. Merchants carried bags of gold. Soldiers stood tall in shining armor. In the middle of them, Ravi stood with his simple stick and worn clothes. Many laughed at the sight. The king entered with great dignity, wearing his royal robes. Beside him, servants placed a golden crown on a table. Its jewels sparkled in the sunlight, catching every eye. The king spoke. "This crown is the symbol of kingship. Tell me what it means to you. Whoever sees beyond its shine shall guide me." One by one, the challengers stepped forward. A proud merchant bowed. "Your Majesty, this crown is wealth. With it, you command gold, trade, and treasures. With wealth, you can buy anything." The crowd murmured in agreement. Next, a soldier marched forward. "Your Majesty, this crown is power. With it, you control armies. With power, no one dares to stand against you." The king nodded, but did not smile. Then, a scholar raised his voice. "Your Majesty, the crown is wisdom. Only the educated, the learned, have the right to guide the people. With knowledge comes control. The king listened, his face unreadable. Something in him remained unsatisfied. Finally, it was Ravi's turn. Laughter rippled through the courtyard. What will the blind man say? He cannot even see the crown. Ravi walked slowly, guided by his stick. He touched the crown with his hands, feeling its cold surface, its sharp edges, its heavy weight. He stood silent for a long time, and the crowd grew restless. Then, in a calm voice, he spoke. "To me, this crown feels heavy, not because it is made of gold, but because it carries the weight of responsibility. A king who wears this crown does not wear it for himself. He wears it for his people. This crown means sleepless nights thinking of the hungry. It means protecting the weak, even if it costs you your life. It means justice, even when it angers the powerful. If a king wears this crown only for pride or wealth, then it is no crown at all. It is a chain that will crush him." The courtyard fell silent. The proud merchant who spoke of wealth looked ashamed. The soldier who spoke of power lowered his head. Even the scholar who claimed wisdom could not meet Ravi's face. The king arose slowly from his throne. His voice trembled as he said, "This man who cannot see with his eyes has seen more truth than all of you. While others saw gold, jewels, and pride, he saw responsibility. From today, Ravi will be my advisor." Gasps filled the courtyard. A blind beggar, the king's advisor. But the king stood firm. From that day forward, Ravi guided the throne. When the king wanted to raise taxes, Ravi said, "Majesty, gold collected from the poor will shine today, but their tears will flood tomorrow." When the king considered war, Ravi said, "Majesty, swords may win land, but they cannot win loyalty." His words, simple yet profound, changed the kingdom. Years passed and the land prospered. Farmers had food, children went to school, soldiers fought less, and families lived in peace. The villagers who once mocked Ravi now bowed to him with respect. Children no longer laughed at him, they ran to hold his hand, calling him Grandfather of Wisdom. One evening, as the sun painted the sky red and gold, the young prince sat beside Ravi under an ancient tree. "Tell me," the prince asked, "how do you see so much when you have no eyes?" Ravi smiled. "Eyes show you colors and shapes, but they often blind you with appearances. The heart shows you truth. Most people with eyes see only the surface. I was given darkness, and in that darkness I learned to listen, to feel, to understand. That became my light." The prince thought deeply, and those words stayed with him forever. And so, the blind man who once sat begging in the marketplace became the very heart of the kingdom. Kings ruled, crowns changed, but his wisdom never faded.
Lesson: true vision does not come from the eyes. Appearances deceive, but the heart never lies. See with understanding, and you will see more than eyes ever can. If you found wisdom in this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life Lessons Library for more inspiring tales.